Fans of Coronation Street were shocked during Thursday night's episode as Summer Spellman was arrested on suspicion of murder, raising questions over whether Harriet Bibby could soon be leaving the ITV drama series. Summer's life took a devastating turn after DS Lisa Connor Swain closed in on her during the investigation into Theo Silverton's death. Ever since Theo was discovered dead, Summer had feared becoming a suspect because of their troubled connection. Theo's abusive behavior towards Todd and his involvement in Billy's death already gave Summer a clear reason to want revenge. However, the discovery of her brooch inside Theo and Todd's old apartment pushed her directly into the center of the police investigation. The episode began with Summer already overwhelmed by stress. While at Roy's Rolls, she overheard Christina talking about the possibility of her being arrested for murder. Even though Christina admitted she didn't think Summer was capable of killing Theo, the conversation terrified her enough to believe she needed to flee Weatherfield before the police caught up with her. What Summer didn't realize was that investigators were already following new leads after George Shuttleworth told DS Connor Swain he had spotted her near Theo and Todd's former flat on the night Theo died. That information moved her to the top of the suspect list, despite her earlier attempt to divert suspicion during police questioning. Determined to escape, Summer hurriedly packed her bags and planned to head to America, where she had previously studied, hoping to avoid the situation getting worse. Her plan fell apart, though, when Todd discovered what she was doing and pleaded with her not to leave. During their emotional discussion, Summer admitted she had once approached Carl Webster for help in getting rid of Theo. She feared that confession alone could make her appear guilty of murder, despite insisting she had done nothing wrong. The tension increased further when George and Christina arrived unexpectedly. Todd eventually agreed to help Summer escape by driving her to the airport, but their attempt was quickly stopped when a police vehicle blocked the road and officers arrested Summer on suspicion of murder. The dramatic scenes may leave viewers wondering whether Harriet Bibby is preparing to leave the ITV soap after 6 years on the program. At present, though, there has been no official sign that the actress is exiting the series. Upcoming spoilers actually suggest Summer will continue playing a major role in the storyline over the coming weeks. Future episodes hint that she could even prove her innocence after recalling a witness capable of confirming her alibi on the night Theo was killed. At the same time, George is expected to admit to Todd that he was the one who alerted police about Summer's suspicious actions, setting up more conflict as detectives continue trying to uncover Theo's real killer. Although Summer may not be leaving Weatherfield anytime soon, she could still end up spending time in prison before the truth finally comes out. Kate Brooks has already confirmed that viewers will discover Theo's killer later this summer. She explained that the identity of the murderer would be revealed around late June or early July, and teased that several characters would appear suspicious. Outside of Coronation Street, Harriet Bibby has also been working on another acting role this year. The actress recently appeared in the stage production My Name is Rachel Corrie, which is inspired by the life of American activist Rachel Corrie, who died in 2003 while supporting Palestinian families in Gaza. Harriet starred in the lead role during the production's performances at 53-2 in Manchester and later posted backstage photos and videos from the experience on Instagram. Several of her Corrie co-stars, including Sally Dynevor, Liam McSheen, and Daniel Brocklebank, showed their support in the comments. For the moment, Harriet Bibby still appears closely tied to Coronation Street. Elsewhere in the show, however, other departures have already been confirmed. Claire Sweeney is expected to leave later this year after being cast as Miss Hannigan in the UK and Ireland tour of Annie. Suspicion continues to grow surrounding Theo Silverton's murder in Coronation Street, with Christina Boyd behaving increasingly nervously in recent scenes. Christina has already faced police questioning multiple times, but tonight she sparked even more suspicion after taking a mysterious phone call that immediately caught viewers' attention. Several residents of Weatherfield are currently being investigated over Theo's death, and earlier this week the case led Lisa Connor Swain straight to Christina's doorstep. During her first police statement, Christina explained where she claimed to have been on the night Theo died, saying she had collected Todd Grimshaw at one stage during the evening. However, traffic camera footage later contradicted her version of events by placing her at a petrol station in another location. Wanting to clear up the inconsistency, Lisa pressed Christina for answers, leading her to revise her statement. Christina later reassured George Shuttleworth that the confusion was simply down to her remembering events incorrectly. Despite that explanation, her behavior has continued to appear suspicious. During the same conversation, Christina encouraged George to inform the police that Summer Spellman had been dishonest about where she was on the night of the murder. Summer has also become a major focus of the investigation this week and endured intense questioning after Kit Green discovered she had been wearing the same brooch later recovered from Theo's flat. The situation became even worse after Christina and George secretly read through Summer's diary, where she had written about her hatred for Theo and the revenge she wanted to take against him. In tonight's episode, Christina once again raised suspicions while quietly speaking to someone on the phone and making sure nobody overheard the conversation. During the call, she pleaded for help and admitted she understood she was asking a lot, insisting it would only be temporary until she managed to sort out the mess she was dealing with. Her cryptic comments immediately sparked fresh questions about what she might be hiding. Viewers are now left wondering whether Christina knows far more about Theo's death than she has admitted so far. Although she convinced George to speak to the police about Summer in order to ease pressure on himself, some fans may suspect she had her own hidden agenda all along. As the mystery deepens in Coronation Street, attention is beginning to turn towards Christina herself and the possibility that she could secretly be Theo's real killer. Tension is beginning to rise between two families in Coronation Street following the fallout from Megan Walsh's grooming scandal. Megan has already been charged with grooming Will Driscoll, though she has since been released on bail, while residents across the cobbles continue struggling with the aftermath of the shocking situation. During Wednesday's episode, fresh drama unfolded for Ben Driscoll and Eva Price after Susie became involved in trouble at school. Staff contacted the pair to report that Susie had fought with Gemma and Chesney's son, Bryn. Eva quickly arrived at the school to collect her daughter after learning that Susie had thrown a fizzy drink can at Bryn because he had been spreading gossip about Will and Megan. When Ben and Eva questioned her actions, Susie cheekily defended herself by bragging about her throwing skills. Ben then asked why she had reacted so aggressively, leading Susie to reveal that Bryn had been telling classmates that Will and Megan had secretly been involved together. Susie directly asked whether the rumors were true, but the awkward conversation was interrupted when Gemma and Chesney arrived, hoping to settle the growing conflict between the families. Eva immediately defended her daughter, insisting that Susie was still just a child, despite her outspoken attitude, after Gemma warned that they could potentially report the incident as assault. Trying to calm the situation, Ben pointed out that Bryn had also been mocking Will over the scandal, which only added more tension to the discussion. Once Susie left the room, the four parents openly discussed Megan's disturbing behavior. During the heated exchange, Eva accused Gemma and Chesney of helping spread rumors about the situation. Later, Maggie discovered Susie sitting alone in the gardens feeling upset and brought her back to the pub. Susie admitted she was exhausted by the constant arguments surrounding the family. Concerned for her grandchildren, Maggie later spoke privately with Ben and encouraged him to keep a close watch on Susie, believing the young girl was deeply worried about her brother. Ben agreed, admitting that the entire family remained concerned about Will and everything he had been through. In a more emotional moment upstairs, Will thanked his younger sister for standing up for him during the confrontation. Susie proudly told him that nobody insults her family without facing consequences, before jokingly teasing him about the rumors involving Meghan with a disgusted reaction. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.